1. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Zachary Reality. It is Zachary Reality, and we are here live on my YouTube channel Tuesday, July 16th, to chat about the Bachelorette episode 2. We are doing weekly recaps on my channel, on my page, so you guys know where to find me and where to check it out. So if you didn't watch last week's, go check that out. And if you have watched last week's, welcome back. We're going to be chatting episode 2 today. Jenn headed to Australia with her final 18 men. And I thought that the episode had a lot of drama, which was good. I feel like it was interesting. I feel like there was so much going on. There was so much drama that happens like throughout the whole episode. So I have plenty of notes. And I'm also starting to see a lot of people get invested online with like what's going to happen with the ending. I'm trying so hard to avoid all spoilers. But I feel like something crazy is going to happen, like, so I can't wait to just see what continues with the journey. I am invested, and I thought episode 2 was just like really good and juicy. So it was fun. 18 guys started off this week and 3 guys went home. So we're down to 15 guys now. So the 3 guys that went home were Jahan, Marvin, and Brian. None of them got any airtime at all. Like maybe like a little bit. Like I don't feel like they were standouts at all. Brian, I thought looked a lot like Devin. So I was kind of getting them confused. And this week's episode was definitely the Devin show because he was involved in so much drama from start to end. It was so extra and so crazy. So let's start reading my notes. Also, I'm going to read a theory that I have. What if there is a switcheroo? Like, what if Jenn goes back to the guy she turned away and it's like an Ari or Peter situation? Has that ever happened before on The Bachelorette? Maybe Hannah Brown, Tyler, like a little bit. But has it ever happened on The Bachelorette where they went back to their final 2? Grant wants to be a father and have a family. Sam M looks like Juan Pablo. Aaron called Devin Dylan. Not once, but twice. Aaron is messy, though. He could have been hot, but now he's a square. Episode 2, they go to Australia and the first 8 men get on a group date. Devin stole her first, and then Aaron got mad because it was a group date. Okay, we have a couple comments, so if you guys are tuning in live, definitely say hey. I will shout you out and give your opinions if you have any. What's up, Bittersweet Coffee? Celeste, how are you? Celeste says Devin was a bit extra. No, like literally, he was so extra. Beyond. So what did you guys think about that? I think that on the group date, it is a group date and there is 8 men. And during the day portion of the group date, it is kind of like group activities. So I understand why Aaron was a little annoyed that Devin stole her away to go get ice cream while they were touring Australia and like going into the market, because like you wait until the night portion. However, I don't know, like it's not that serious. Like, yeah, I understand why he was annoyed, but like it's the Bachelorette, like you want to steal time and you want to get that extra time. And like it's okay that he did that. I feel like it's like everyone's on their own individual journeys with Jenn. And if Devin really felt called to do that and that's his style and he wanted to pull her away, I'm sure that Jenn appreciated that. I'm sure Jenn appreciated getting pulled away by Devin. I think she liked that. And I think we kind of saw that in the episode that Jenn really did like how Devin was being assertive and was going after her and was making these moves. And I think she was kind of wooed by him and swooned by him because like he cares and he's not like falling into the crowd and trying to be best friends with all the guys. Like he's actually making an effort to pull Jenn aside and let her know how he feels. The only issue with Devin is that he's being so like loud about it and obnoxious. Like, I don't know, maybe he's just like doing it so early. So it put a target on his back and he's being poked a lot. And that's why he's being so reactionary. But I also think he's being a little obnoxious too, because we saw later in the episode, a lot of guys did have Devin's back. A lot of them like were being like, you're just being yourself. We support you. Like, maybe a few of these guys were poking him. Like clearly Aaron is such an instigator, and we'll get to Thomas. But I felt like Devin also became just really cocky too. And I don't think Jenn wants that. He also was kind of like downplaying it too, because when he was telling Jenn like what happened this week and how there might be some chaos, he wasn't being specific. So when Thomas came up and interrupted them, like there it is. There's the chaos that is going to follow him. That was crazy that Thomas did that. He should have just took Jenn. Like he did not have to get involved and insert himself. That's my take on Thomas. My hot take is like his biggest issue is that like he should have just like talked to Devin privately when he came down and interrupted him and stole Jen and like gave him a taste of his own medicine, you know? Celeste says, Marcus is a real tear jerker. I was really touched by his story. Oh my God, I can't wait to talk about Marcus and his one-on-one date. I feel like Jen was okay with Devin because she seemed to like him. She seemed to like him and he's making an effort. Like a lot of these guys are falling in the background because, you know, they don't want to step on other guys' toes. The show just started. So I think that Devin's biggest problem, and I think he's going to go home next week based on the teaser, even though someone did comment in one of my videos that they think Devin's going to win. So like maybe he will get off to a rough start and then somehow like get along with everybody and he won't be the villain the whole time. But I feel like Devin's personality is so big right now and his head is so big and he's taking up so much space that if it becomes a distraction and it can't get like settled by next week or something, like Jen's probably gonna like send him home, especially if a lot of the guys don't like him. It's kind of unclear. We know a few guys don't like Devin, but it seems like a few guys do. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens next week when everyone like cools down and wakes up from the fight. And then, you know, can Devin make amends with everyone and like be cool? Or is he going to continue to cause issues and be involved in drama? Because Jen's not going to like that, you know, towards the end of things. I think she's like okay with it right now because she's learning about these guys and she's getting to know them. And it was really interesting to see Jen multiple times, not just when they were fighting, but like multiple times she was kind of letting guys go at it. She was just this in this one particular shot, she was eavesdropping on Devin and Thomas, but even on night one during the car episode thing, when who was it? I don't even remember, but who was the guy that stole the guy's car on night one? She also kind of let them have it. You know, she's just trying to like observe and see how guys react. I think Jen is capable of shutting shit down when she needs to and when the time is right. But I think she's okay with letting these guys argue in front of her and, you know, disagree because that's how she's seeing how they react and handle situations. Bittersweet Coffee says, did you hear about Sam M's exes coming forward? Yes, I saw that this girl posted an 8-minute TikTok. I was like, girl, 8 minutes? Put it on YouTube if it's 8 minutes. Like seeing an 8-minute TikTok, like I know that's like the best way to get exposure is on TikTok. But like, it's just like when it makes me so overwhelming. So I haven't watched it yet, but I heard a little bit about it. So I do want to watch that and on 2X. But in regards to like longer form content, I like seeing that on YouTube or like podcasts. And I just felt like no one should be posting more than like 2.5-minute videos on TikTok. What do you guys think? Like sometimes I can watch someone who does like 3 minutes, 3:30, like if I watch on 2X. But those long videos just kill me. Okay, Brian and Jeremy were a part of the car feud. Thank you, Celeste. So back to my recap and my notes. So Devin stole her first. Aaron got mad because it was a group date. Then they did a comedy roast and everybody roasted Devin. It's a little early to do a roast because you don't really know everybody. So Devin just kind of gave them material when he interrupted and he was the one guy, like it's going to make him stand out and he's taking risks, you know, at this point in the show, in the day, he was taking risks at first. It made a little bit of a target on him. These roasts are supposed to be funny. I'm sure they're encouraged to be really mean. I don't really think they should do a roast so early on because no one knows each other yet. Also, these roasts get really personal. Like, I'll never forget on Clayton's season, those girls were crying. Like, some of these girls and guys, like, it could be really hurtful, some of these roasts. We've seen it on The Bachelorette. They do it every season. They usually roast one guy, and it's usually the guy who has the strongest connection with the lead or is spending the most time with her. So that's all the material they had, really, to go off of. So they were just mad at Devin because he stole her for ice cream. And then Aaron, yeah, I should call Aaron Adam like he was calling Dylan Devin. So Adam, aka Aaron, he called him out. He basically was like, listen, like I didn't appreciate that. And it was just kind of like Aaron was inserting his opinion. And like, that's fine that like he has his opinion, but like save it for the confessionals. Like, are you really trying to help him? Or are you just trying to get camera time? Or are you just trying to, you know, like be right and like, you know, or be condescending about it. Like Aaron inserting himself on how Devin should go about this process and what Devin should do in his journey to find love with Jen. Like maybe Devin's journey with Jen is different than Aaron's journey with Jen and a lot of other guys, but that doesn't mean that Devin's doing it wrong. I mean, Devin has been rude multiple times, like interrupting and just like being so loud and obnoxious. But like Aaron inserting his opinion on how Devin should like do his journey and live his life is so unnecessary and condescending and like irrelevant. I don't know if Aaron like is coming in with a little bit more of an ego because his brother was on the show twice, his twin brother. So maybe he has more knowledge about how the process works and it's kind of getting to his head. I don't know if Aaron is a producer puppet because it seems like he is doing whatever the producers tell him to do. As well as Devin is, like that was definitely their idea to have Devin bring back in the ice cream. But I feel like Aaron with the book was just so out of like ridiculous because Aaron didn't buy that book. Aaron can't go to the store and buy a book. A producer probably went to the store to get that book and probably told him to give that to Aaron, and Aaron just does it. Aaron just seems like he's going to do whatever the producers tell him to do. And I'm kind of disappointed because I really wanted to like him. And I'm still going to give him a chance because I do think he is one of the cuter guys on the show. And I like that he's Noah's brother. But right now, I feel like he's just like being a little bit of a square, you know? Celeste says, people named Aaron seem to have a bad reputation on the show. Bittersweet Coffee says, I feel like Aaron is intentionally creating drama like his twin so he can leave early and get the exposure. Okay. Oh, Cooking with the Casino with Rosemary is here. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know what Aaron's intentions are, and I am still going to give Aaron a chance. Devin, I don't really like that much, but I'm still going to give him a chance too, like, because the season just started, so like we'll see. But I just feel like Aaron needs to not be like self-producing. I don't know. Was he genuinely trying to help Devin? It didn't seem like it. It seemed like it was more of a show thing. So like I get people wanting to lean into the process and lean into the drama because that's how you get camera time and like that's why you're here and like, you know, like let's put on a show. But it also is just like it's a lot really early on to like be so extra because like it just comes across inauthentic. Like if you're really looking like how you don't even know, no one knows each other yet. Like I liked how Devin was like, you don't even know me yet, bro. Like, why are you doing this? You know, like I feel like everyone's there to just like get to know Jenn. You're supposed to be there for that. So I understand that people are on a show as well, but I don't know. It's just a little early to be so extra. Like that just is too much for me. Okay, so other than that drama, Grant had a great connection with Jenn, and Grant ended up getting the group date rose. So they were just like talking a lot, and Grant was saying how he really wants to be a dad and how he can't wait for his kids to like be like daddy's home, like blah blah blah. So Jenn just really felt a connection to Grant, and she gave him the rose. They made out, and it was cute. Aaron and Devin have a one-on-one time where he called him Dylan. Aaron then re-interrupted him, and then Devin re-interrupted again, and they fought in front of Jenn's face. Jenn's like, why can't everybody get along? She still likes Devin. She kissed Devin. Aaron was interrupted twice. Grant got the group date rose. So that's what happened on the first group date. Celeste says, Grant is smooth as butter. He is lovable. Yeah, right? He seems very lovable. The ice cream thing was funny. Like, I thought that was funny. Like, I'm not mad about the ice cream thing with Devin bringing in the ice cream. Like, I thought that was really good. But I think that Aaron bringing the book and, like, maybe that's paying homage to, like, his brother's time on the show. I didn't like that. I thought that was just awful. And you would think that because Aaron had a brother on the show, he would be, like, more aware of, like, things not to do on The Bachelor. But he's just, like, really missing the memo in, like, every single way. Like, do not tell other people, like, that they're not if they're ready or not. Like him being like, I just want to protect Jenn and make sure that Devin's really ready. Like, what? You met Devin yesterday. You met Jenn yesterday. Like, I feel like that would only be a conversation if it was like closer to hometowns, where maybe if you really saw a guy was here for the wrong reasons, then you bring it to Jenn's attention. But it's just really bold and extra to like do that so instantly. And we even see that in the teaser for next week that Aaron is going to do it again, where he's going to tell Jenn that there are some guys who are not here for the right reason. And he's not going to give any names. That's what the teaser said. So Aaron is just being such a flop right now. The floppiest of flops. Okay, so let's move on to the one-on-one date. Marcus got the one-on-one date. Marcus was actually the first guy out of the limo. He is an Army Ranger veteran. He was the first guy out of the limo. He got romantic music. I do think he could win the show. I feel like he's giving top 2 energy instantly and immediately. Don't you guys agree? He's from Raleigh, North Carolina. He was an Army Ranger for 8 years. They went skydiving. which like they seem so casual about it. Jenn was obviously scared and Marcus was like comforting her. And like she said on the dinner portion of the date that Marcus really just like, you know, knew how to protect her and like tapped into her energy and was like there for her. And like she just felt like an instant safeness with Marcus and just like comfort. So I think that they have a really natural connection. And I think he's a good guy. So I don't know if Jenn wants to be with a good guy or if she wants to be with an F-boy. She says that she's ready for the real deal. But I also feel like Jenn is going to entertain some F-boys. And I also think she's 26. So I feel like with Marcus, like, you know, he's ready for marriage. He's 31. You know, he's ready for everything. He's been through stuff in his life. We're going to get to some of the things he said. Like, you know, Marcus is ready. Like, I almost think that Marcus is more ready than Jenn. And I'm like, only like Jenn is just fun. She's 26. She's so flirty. I love her interactions with all the guys. But I can also see Jenn like maybe not actually being ready to get engaged and married like in the next couple of years. Like she still has to finish PA school. She's still so young. She's still so vibrant. I feel like, you know, like they picked her as the Bachelorette. So we want to see a love story. So that's what we're going to see. But it might not work out in the end. It might not work out long term. I don't know yet. Celeste says, Marcus is definitely top 2, baby. He is emotionally intelligent. And Cooking in the Casino with Rosemary says, the ice cream stint was so good. No, it was. I do agree. I think that Marcus is extremely emotionally intelligent. So on his last appointment to Afghanistan, Marcus, he was injured in a firefight when a grenade hit, and his whole life changed. He said it was the longest 3.5 seconds of his life. He spent a couple months in the hospital and was breathing in tubes. He was going from surgery to surgery, and it took months to figure out how he was going to be able to walk again. He is now hyper aware of life, and he wants to live a life that is worth saving. He is so grateful for the guys who saved him and kept him alive, and the doctors. He got the rose. Jenn seemed really happy. She said, thank you for sharing. Like, that is so amazing. Like, how you have this perspective on things and you're so inspiring. And like, he really wanted to fight for his country. And he did. I think you have to give credit to people who fight for their country and like fight in wars and stuff. Like, I could never do that. Like, could I even lift a finger? You know? So I just feel like that's really brave of him. And I feel so bad for what he went through. It's obviously changed him as a person. And he said that. He's like, there was the life before my accident and then there was the life after. I hope that, you know, he's ready to find love. I do agree. I do think he is ready to find love. My mom was saying in the first episode that maybe he could have too much PTSD. But I feel like when he explained his story and talked about it, I feel like it happened a while ago and he's like healed from it and he like understands the lessons that he was supposed to learn from this horrible experience. And he did everything he could to save his country. And like, he will have a life worth living. And I think he can really inspire a lot of people. So I think he's a great guy. I don't know. I think him and Jenn have a great connection and they'll have a lot of respect for each other. But I wonder if like the sparks will be there, like the flirty fun side, because it feels very serious right now. I know they're just getting to know each other and it was a very serious topic. So I think there's more to explore in this relationship, but it's very different than a relationship with Sam M, who is a highlight from this second group date as well as this episode. They have a really hot and spicy connection. They are making out like constantly. A lot of people think he looks like Juan Pablo, former Bachelor. He is tatted up. I think that people think he's the hottest guy on the season. I think that's what the fans are saying online. So I kind of think that he is trouble. He seemed like he would like had a good read on the drama in between Devin and Aaron. But then I also feel like he was throwing a few shots fired in his confessionals that really bothered me, where he was kind of being a little mean. I don't like people who are like, you know, like it just felt like a little, like there was a couple of things I was like, whoa, but I don't know. He's there. And like, I can understand that those two guys are being a lot. So we'll see. Obviously like his ex-girlfriend came out with a video. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't have an opinion. I do think that there's two sides to that. I haven't even seen it yet, but you know, sometimes people do things for clout online and I also haven't watched the video yet. So I don't know what happened. But I'm going to watch that today and then I'll let you guys know what I think. I definitely think he's going to go far. I think that he will go really far. I don't know if he's going to get involved in drama, but she wants to get it on with him. Like they have insane physical chemistry. I feel like they would go to the bedroom right now. And it was crazy because he was like, calm down. Like, I almost feel like Jenn knows how hot he is. And I think she's really attracted to him. But I also think this guy can get any girl he wants, maybe. I feel like he really knows how to pull ladies, and he'll be a blast in Bachelor in Paradise. A blast. So the second group date was a wildlife photo shoot. Sam M got the first pictures because, duh, the producers are kind of wanting to give him a story. People say he looks like Juan Pablo. There's drama about him online. Hakeem got really scared of the snakes. So basically they were just taking pictures with a bunch of snakes, and Jenn, like everyone was taking turns. Dylan was the guy who stepped in to help her because she was a little scared. There was like the last snake. It was like the biggest snake. And Dylan stepped in to help her. And she really appreciated that. So she gave Dylan some extra time, some one-on-one time on the group date, and where Dylan got the group date rose. And what Dylan said on his one-on-one time is that his parents and his dad were just like really romantic, and they got married within 6 months. They're still together. And that he was a really shy kid growing up. He played chess and he took his MCAT. So he is in the same type of fields, right, as Jenn. Oh my God. Is MCAT like law, or is that like something with like doctors? Bittersweet Coffee says, I think Aaron is the hottest, but he sucks personality-wise. God was watching over Marcus during that tough time. Sam is fire. Bittersweet. Grant reminds me of Nate from Michelle's season. Yeah, well, we're going to give Aaron another chance, though. Let's not write him off right away. But this episode just wasn't a good look for him. So I'm glad that Dylan got the group date rose. He seems like a nice guy. I feel like he'll go kind of far. And then Hakeem, he was the one that came in with all the balloons on night one. He was funny. And like his facial expressions was really funny. He was like really scared of the snakes. I wouldn't be scared of the snake because I feel like I'm scared of a lot of things, but I wouldn't be scared of the snake because the rangers, the park people, they're carrying the snakes. And if they say it's safe, I trust them. Like I trust that a snake could be around them, right? Unless a snake is like comfortable with them and like the rangers, and like maybe with a stranger, it could possibly have like a spasm and like choke someone, or like, you know, like whatever snakes do to suck out people's blood and stuff. So I can understand being scared of a snake, but I think it's going to be okay. Then we get to the rose ceremony, and Devin stole her immediately. Immediately. Why would he do that after everything that happened this week? There was so much drama with this week. There was multiple conversations on the group date, off the group date. Devin thinking that he was like doing the guys a favor by stealing her right away, instantly, like so quick. He was like, well, I'm just going to get it out of the way and I'm doing everyone a favor. That's not a favor, Devin. That's like ruining the vibe and setting the tone for a bad night. You know people have issues with you. You know people think that you're being disrespectful. So take a step back. You had plenty of time this week, and maybe wait a little bit longer to get time. You don't have to be the first guy to steal her. You're not doing anyone a favor, anyone, by stealing her first. You're setting a bad tone and you're making another scene. So no wonder chaos follows you wherever you go, because you do things like this that are just like not reading the room. So I understand why Thomas got triggered, because Thomas had a conversation with Devin, and so did a lot of guys. And Devin said that he was going to be a little bit more respectful of other guys' times, and doing that was not respectful. And he's also holding back, and I said this in the beginning of the recap, he's kind of holding back and not being completely honest with maybe how much drama he is having with these guys. He was downplaying it to Jenn. So Devin stole her immediately, and he looked at everyone and said he would respect their time. He said there was going to be chaos. Thomas stole Devin from Jenn and went off on him, and Jenn eavesdropped on the convo. Thomas looked like a fool, and Jenn put him in his place, and then Sam M interrupted Thomas. Some guys took Devin's side. Sam M and Jenn have insane chemistry. She also likes Jonathan. Devin then bombards Thomas outside, and they start yelling and fighting. So I said this earlier, Thomas should not have interrupted Jenn and Devin, or Dylan, to talk to. He should have stole Jenn. That was his biggest mistake. And I felt like Thomas was really pissed off, but it was just immature and weird that he thought that it would be a good idea and that it was necessary to interrupt Devin and Jenn to talk to Devin. He should have just interrupted Devin and just talked to Jenn and not got involved and not inserted himself. There was already drama. You don't want to like insert yourself. I think he could have waited until it was a better time and he could have told Devin how he felt. But right now I feel like with Devin, things are kind of going in one ear out the other because everyone has an opinion. I'm sure the producers are up his butt and he's doing confessionals. He's involved in drama. So I feel like Devin is not like in a good headspace to like take anyone's advice who might be trying to help him. But I don't think that Thomas was trying to help him. I think Thomas was trying to let out his frustrations because he's frustrated. Celeste says, it was the wrong time for Devin to steal Jenn. That's for cocktail parties. Yeah, agreed. So they both looked bad. I felt like Devin, I liked how Jenn put Thomas in his place. I don't think Jenn likes Thomas anymore. I think Thomas is going to go home next week. I almost felt like she would have sent home Thomas this week if the producers didn't tell her to keep Thomas for the drama, because what Thomas did and how he acted, I mean, that's the ick. You just got the ick. It's over. It's a wrap. There's no way Jenn is going to give him a chance after that. I just don't think she's going to be into a guy who behaves like that. And he doesn't have any swag either. He's not like wooing her. He's getting way too invested in the drama in the house and worked up. And it's just like, I get it. Like, you're in a house and it's crazy, but like, you got to not be involved in that. Like, there's so many great guys there and there's so many guys, and we're going to get to learn more about them next week. There was a few guys who we started to get to know. There's a lot of decently good looking guys who have not had a lot of airtime, and I think their time is coming. But tonight's episode was really just about a lot of the drama that transpired. And I also didn't like how Devin went back outside, and I'm sure the producers told him to. I don't like how Devin went outside to confront Thomas. At that point, they already hashed it out and they already had you know what I mean? There was no solving things that night. There was not going to be any resolve. Things were too heated. So I felt Devin going back outside to talk to Thomas just kind of like regurgitated the fight, and like they were just going to argue about the same thing and say the same thing over and over again. They were never going to get anywhere. So I thought it was just kind of like provoking of Devin to provoke Thomas. And then Thomas got provoked. And then I guess Aaron wasn't really involved in any more of the drama at night. I wonder what his thoughts were. Maybe Aaron will take a backseat now. Maybe Aaron will be like, you know what? Let other guys yell at Devin, because every week or every day, someone's going to get triggered by stuff that Devin/Dylan does, because he's just doing things in front of everyone's face. I did think it was so funny, though, the Devin Dylan thing that happened twice. I mean, you got to know people's names, right? But sometimes it takes a minute. I get names wrong sometimes, so it happens. But like, it is a respect thing when you don't know someone's name. So there was that. Those are all my thoughts of the episode. Like I said, the three guys went home. Jahan, Marvin, and Brian. And there are 15 men who are going to be here another week. So the 15 men who are going to be here another week are Grant, Marcus, Dylan. Then those three guys got roses already. Then we have Austin, Hakeem, Spencer, Jeremy, Jonathan, John, Thomas A, Sam M, Devin, Sam N, Aaron, and Thomas N. So 15 guys left. I don't know if I have a favorite, and I don't know if, I mean, I'm just getting to know everybody. So those were all my thoughts. Last night I did go to a watch party, so I want to tell you guys about it. I went to Jax's Studio City to go watch the show. Charity, our former Bachelorette, was hosting a little watch party, and it was so much fun. Charity is such a good time. The people that were there from Bachelor were Rachel from Joey's season, Leia from Joey's season, Kelsey T from Joey's season, and Edwina from Joey's season. So you guys know I already love Charity. Leia is so fun. Like, she has the best TikTok if you guys follow her. I know she got like a bad rap on Joey's season because she was pissing a lot of us off in her Maria drama. But like in real life, like hanging out with her, like she's such a good time. She's a ball of energy. She's just like happy to be alive. And I just like love Leia's energy because of that. She's just a good time. I want to see all these girls in Paradise. And I think a lot of them are down to go. But time will tell. Rachel also is so much fun. She's really sweet. And Kelsey T, I thought it was really fun to meet because I've never met her before. But I've met Rachel and Leia a couple times in Charity. And Edwina was great. I filmed a TikTok with Kelsey T, so I'm going to post that. And then Tanner was also there from Bachelor in Paradise last year. And he was the one that kind of dated Kat and Davia, and he was on Charity season. He was really cool. He just moved to LA. He works in like fitness. So he was kind of telling me and my friend Carly about it. I like him a lot. He's really nice and cool. And then Adrian was there from Charity's season as well. And Colleen was there from Love is Blind season 4. And Brittany was there from Vanderpump Rules. And I know that they just started filming The Valley. Rachel was talking to a guy at the watch party. Do you know if they're dating? I don't even know what guy Rachel was talking to at the watch party last night, to be honest. I can't even remember. So I have no idea. I didn't ask Rachel about her dating life. So I literally don't know. But I did do karaoke with Charity after. So once the show ended, at like 10, and I watched parts of it. Like the first like hour, I really tried to pay attention and watch, and there wasn't like too many people there, and there was a lot of TVs and a lot of subtitles. So like if you wanted to go to Jackson Studio City for a watch party, like you actually could watch it. I don't know about the Bravo parties. I'm sure those are way crazier. But like I felt like I actually could have watched it. But like after a few drinks and you're like hanging out with all these people, like you kind of just give up and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to watch it tomorrow. So that's why I watched it again this morning, and actually paid attention. And now I'm doing my live recap now. So that was my night. And there's some content on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. I did see that Brett, who was eliminated night 1, went on the Vial Files. So I actually do want to watch that interview. I'll get to that today. I just got some outdoor furniture that came in today. So I ordered a rug for the outside and matching pillows. I got a new plant, and I'm going to do a little bit of redecorating, and I will do a video about my new outdoor patio, my updated. I just got back to LA 2 days ago from my trip. I was gone forever. I had so much fun in Charleston. I had so much fun in Savannah, Georgia. And I'm so happy to be back in LA. It's been a long time. So I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things. So that's the update with me. Thank you all so much for watching and listening to this podcast. If you are listening, rate, review, subscribe. If you guys watched on YouTube, please give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. And please comment down below your thoughts of the episode. And thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Bye. Peace.